and welcome back to my kitchen. I am Charlsie, and today I want to introduce you to a soup. This is a dream come true. My husband and I love a lentil soup that's at a local restaurant. It's called Seven Spice here in Mobile, Alabama. And I have been trying to duplicate their recipe, and guess what? I found it and I outdid it. So join me at the cooktop and I'm going to show you how to make a Mediterranean-style lentil soup. Begin by heating up 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I want this to heat up just a little bit more, and then I'm going to add 1 large onion that's been chopped to the olive oil. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. Yeah, it's got a little carrot debris in there, but that is not a problem, because we're going to be adding some carrots here shortly. So with these onions, you want this on medium-high, and you want to stay with it. I want them to brown, so that's going to take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm coating all of these onions with olive oil, and then I'm going to babysit them. So I'll show you what that looks like. It will take about 10 to 15 minutes, like I said. So I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll go on to the next step. So here the onions are just perfect, a little bit browned. I did add a splash of vegetable broth because they were starting to stick to the bottom. So you can do vegetable broth or water. Now we're going to add carrots. This is 3 large carrots chopped. Or if you use baby carrots, you want to use 6 or 8 of those. Maybe 10 if you want a lot of carrots. Again, we're on medium-high heat, and we're going to cook this for about 5 minutes. I do want to add a few things. I'm going to zest some lemons, so if you have a zester, you just can zest some lemon, and it'll just brighten up the soup. So there's your lemon zest. And lemon is a great thing to add to the soup after it's cooked. It's one of those things that you can use as a topping, a little bit of lemon juice. Now I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. I've got some garlic. That's a healthy tablespoon of garlic going in. And I'm going to stay with this because I don't want my garlic to brown. I'm just kind of heating it up. And meanwhile, I'll show you the other ingredients, and we'll add those in just a moment. You are going to need some coriander and some Aleppo pepper. Just be cautious with Aleppo because it's got a lot of heat to it. If you like things very, very spicy, you can double what I'm going to put in. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of Aleppo and 2 teaspoons of coriander. Let me stir this around. I can already feel the carrots getting soft, and that's what you want. So we'll get our spices ready to go. So as I said, let me double check and make sure that's the right amount of, yeah, okay, 2 teaspoons of coriander. And the heat will activate the spice. I'm going to be a little bit more careful in measuring this because the Aleppo definitely has some punch to it. There we go. Okay. Stir that around. So I've got 4 cups of vegetable broth. I'm just gonna add a splash to kind of deglaze. You know, when you're making any kind of soup or sauce, things tend to stick to the bottom, especially in a heavy pot like this. And you can just deglaze those bits, and they have the most flavor, so you really want to get them off the bottom. Okay, that's looking good. Now, let's move on. We're going to add in our lentils. So I have 1 cup of red lentils. You can use yellow, you can use green, whatever you prefer. And I did rinse these. They're kind of like a brick because they absorb some water, but they will break up. But I like to rinse any beans. A lot of beans I soak. Lentils you don't have to, but it is a good idea to rinse them out. There we go. Now I'm just going to coat the beans with all these lovely spices and onions. And then let's pour in our vegetable broth. Sorry, I know this pan rings a lot. It's a loud pan to cook in, but Lord, I made so many meals in it. So tell me, is that a Louisiana thing that, you know, everybody has Magnolite? Because they do in Louisiana. What about your state, wherever you're cooking? Do you have Magnolite in your cabinet? Because it is a staple here in the South. Of course, I'm in Alabama now, but I brought my Magnolite with me. I'm going to grab 1 cup of water to add to this, and I'm turning up the heat. Okay, there's 1 cup of water. And now we're going to add in some herbs. These are fresh thyme stems from my garden, and a couple of bay leaves. And I will fish those out before serving. Let's do a couple of cracks of pepper. So I did 6. And some good old Redmond salt. Just kind of eyeball it, but probably a teaspoon. Now, we'll bring this to a boil. I'm going to cover it with a lid, and we will just let this simmer for 20-25 minutes until the lentils are tender. So join me back at the stove and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, you can see the soup. The lentils are nice and tender, and I'm going to fish out the herbs. Something you can do if you have cooking twine is just tie all this together and makes a nice little herb packet. And it's easy, but I didn't have any, so I'm just going to take this out. And I'm just laughing because my mom would just leave the bay leaves in, and 9 times out of 10 I would be the lucky one to have that in my soup or stew. I was like, what is this leaf doing in here? The things you remember. So now here's our secret ingredient, nutritional yeast. This just gives it such a full flavor. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons. Stir that in. It gives it that nice yellow color too. Let's mix that around. Oh, look, there we go. Found another one. Comment below if you've got a little herb garden in your backyard. Boy, it really comes in handy for me. So basically, this soup is complete. I am going to do a little taste. I just want to make sure I have enough salt and pepper in there. And you can actually serve it like this, or you can run it through your blender, which I'm going to show you what that looks like, and that's really my preferred method. But I will also put some in a bowl so you can see what it looks like, you know, without blending it up. Let's just make sure this is good. Wow, fantastic. Okay, well, let's join me over at the countertop on the island, and I will show you the two different ways you can serve this. So here are your finished soups. This one has not been blended, so I'll just show you. It's thick, chunky, which is lovely. You serve it just like this. This, I just ran through the Vitamix for just a few seconds. So that's the difference. Some topper options for you at the restaurant. They always serve it with a side of pita chips. So these are Stacy's. I think they're bare, totally bare or something like that. They don't have anything on them. Lemon slices are great. Sumac, which we buy at 7 Spice, as you can see, is another option. You can also use some Greek yogurt and make a mixture of Greek yogurt and a little lemon zest and put in the middle. So you've got a lot of options with the soup, but I will tell you, this is a standalone. This is incredible. I do love it with pita chips and maybe a little bit of lemon and sumac. That's wonderful. But if you don't have those things, it's okay, because it's terrific. I want to do a shout out to two friends of mine. I was telling them about this soup and how great it was, Meg and Jackie, and they are both excited about making it at home. So I expect them to comment below after they've tried this. So thanks for watching, everyone. Again, I'm not doing this for money. I do it because it's my passion, and I just want to show you recipes that work. Please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again soon.